What if I told you that you could create and break down scratch patterns anytime, anywhere, regardless if you have equipment with you on hand? In this video, I'm gonna be teaching my #1 method that I literally use to this day, like literally from when I was a beginner scratch DJ all the way to my intermediate skills now. I use this all of the time, and I would like to show you exactly what I do.
That's his art. That's his art.
All right, DJs, so there is the scratch pattern that we're gonna be focused on today. Now, what is this method that I'm talking about as far as how am I gonna practice and break down scratch patterns without using my equipment? The method I'm referring to is literally just saying the scratches out loud and also doing them with your hands as well. One thing that I always say, when you're learning how to scratch, you want to be as intentional as possible and you really want to understand exactly what you're doing. So if you just saw that scratch pattern and you can't replicate or say it out loud or say it in your mind and also do the hand movements with your hands first, then there's no reason to really start using the equipment. So with that said, whether you're on the train, whether you're on the bus, whether you're walking to work, whether you're at work, you can always be saying these scratch patterns in your mind. I like to actually say them out loud. It really helps me by saying them out loud. And you can also do the hand movements as well. That is literally the method right there.
That's his art.
All right, so there's the scratch pattern one more time. Definitely rewind that a couple times, slow it down if you have to, and then follow up from here. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that we have a particular sound that we understand in our brain for each specific scratch technique. So for me, the baby scratch, I like to do this. Simple as that. Whatever sound that you wanna use, you can pick whatever sound that makes the most sense to you. I like to just do and then for the chirp, I like to do So those are the first two sounds that I'm gonna use in my brain, or that I use all the time. And as you can see, I'm kind of already using my hand just naturally. I kind of just naturally do that. So as you're actually saying it out loud, again, you can do it in your head, but I actually recommend saying it out loud. As you do that, do the hand motion with your actual hand as well. So for me, I'm going And of course, to do the chirp scratch, I also have to use my crossfader hand. So I'm going So now what we're gonna do is we're just going to break down this scratch pattern just using vocals only. So we're gonna split this up into sections and just say it out loud. So first we have So that's a baby chirp, and then we're letting our vinyl go, or your jog wheel go. So again, with my hands, that's So now once we've got that part, now we're gonna move on to the next part. So again, if you're listening with your headphones, no matter where you are, you can easily play something back, slow it down, and all we're doing is we're just trying to do the hand motions, and we're also saying it out loud. All right, so there is the full scratch pattern with me actually doing it with my hands and saying it out loud. So if you're following along with this video, you should be able to do exactly what I just did in your head or saying it out loud, as well as using your hands. Once you become a natural scratcher, you can just hop on your equipment and you can just do things and everything comes naturally. However, for the specific purposes of you want to create a scratch pattern and you're not able to practice literally at home with your equipment, this is something that you can do anywhere, anytime. You can even record this using voice memos or whatever apps you have to record your voice. You can record your hand movements, however you have to do that. This is just an easy way to be able to practice anywhere, anytime, creating and breaking down scratch patterns. So now, the next step after you're able to do that with your hands and you're saying it out loud, now we're going to take it piece by piece and actually translate that to our actual DJ equipment. So let's break down the first section first. So right there, we just have a baby, a chirp, and then we're letting that vinyl go. So now once we're here, all we're doing is we're pulling back on our vinyl, going back to the beginning of the sound and giving this a click and then closing. Now we're just opening this crossfader and then we're pushing forward, doing a forward on our vinyl.
Down.
Catching that vinyl, closing our crossfader, and then we just have 2 clicks back.
Down.
Just like that.
Down. 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 Down.
So now once we're right here, all we have is that crab scratch back. Just like that. Now we're gonna do a forward scratch as we click the crossfader.
Down.
Catch the crossfader or catch the vinyl, close the crossfader, do that dice back, which is just gonna be a fast pullback along with the click of the crossfader. And then once we do that, then we're just dropping or doing a forward scratch, and then we're done with the entire scratch pattern.
Down.
So again, at the end, we just have that crab.
Down. Down.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.
That's his art time.
All right, DJs, again, there's that scratch pattern. As I counted it out, we can see that it's a 1-bar scratch pattern. So this method, again, I promise, whenever you're able to actually say this out loud, I promise it's better to do it that way. But even if you only can do it in your mind, make sure you do the hand motions with it. This will take your scratch game to the next level. Whether you just want to break down a scratch pattern because you heard something and you want to slow it down, or you want to actually create something from scratch. It doesn't matter how many scratch techniques you can do. You can do this with the baby scratch and just the chirp, whether you know all of the scratches. I mean, of course, the more you know, the more complicated you can create. However, this is a basis to just get started, to be able to practice different scratch patterns or create your own literally anywhere, anytime. Then when you actually get home, you'll be excited to maybe try out some of the stuff that you were saying in your head. I think it's also a great way to kind of push yourself to do things that you can't immediately do on your equipment, but you can do it in your mind. You're like, okay, I'm understanding this. Now let me go actually try to execute it on my equipment. So if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, please press that like button. Please press that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you know the next time that I upload a video. And without further ado, happy scratching, and I will catch y'all. Hit my mic. I will catch y'all on the next flight.
Hey, hey.